let's see. Let me tell you what today is. Today is a pagan day, October 28th. I think I mentioned that earlier. Slovakia. I did want to talk a little bit about this storm that's bearing down on Jamaica, which they're calling a monster on the news. Understanding that spirits ride the whirlwinds, and that there's four mighty one names in the TORONADO and HURRI, and then you have CAINE, which is very common these days. I see a fast food chain called like Raisin CAINE, and then there's General that Trump always says his name is General Raisin CAINE. Wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in this speech that I just figured, hey, let's listen to in just a second. But first, let me just say, as always, family, like, I applaud for Hassad upon the innocent and vengeance upon the wicked. If there are any siblings of Yashar'Al that are in the way, that are trying to hunker down and ride this thing out, that they be covered and protected. And, you know, those who have feet that are swift to the shedding of blood and love to lie, mock and scoff the Most High, teach others to break the commandments, all those kinds of things. Those who curse Yashar'Al. Make no mistake, that is judgment. It's absolute judgment. It's absolute sovereignty. It is a false teaching of Christianity that says that Yahuah would not will to send a storm upon a place to destroy the wicked. To ask myself, having like kind of believed that at one point, because they built this doctrine of how, you know, like the Father would never do anything like that. You even read the Bible, you even read the scriptures, you know. Vengeance is Yahuah's. He is a mighty man of war, and indeed he is sovereign over all of the storms. It's not like these things are just going on behind his back and he ain't paying attention, or he can't stop it, or he can't control it, or anything like that. Okay? I think it's really important. So if you're not in the way and you're not repentant, I encourage you, please, to repent from lawlessness, embrace the commandments of the Most High, put your trust in Amunah, in Hamashiach, who is Yahusha Hamashiach, the Son, according to the Scriptures. Please remember that when you talk about Mashiach, you are talking about a dual nature, because he is son of Adam, and he is Elohim in the flesh. This gets kind of complicated. In order to walk out perfect righteousness, then he had to be exactly as we are. So his divine nature does not trump his humanity in his Amunah and his Hatalah's perfection. Okay? But when you go a little deeper and you understand all the things that are assigned to him that belong to Yah alone, Elohim alone, besides Yah there is no Elohim, okay? Then you can start to see the true nature of Yahusha. And though this is not a Trinitarian belief, and it's not a dualism or duality or something like this, it is basically most closely associated with oneness. Echad. Behold, Yashar'Al, Yahuah, our Elohim is Echad. And Yahusha's Palal. Make them one with me as I am one with you, and you are one with me. And now do you Malach Sadak, who is Yahusha HaMashiach, by the way, without mother, without father, without beginning, without end, King of Shalom, King of righteousness, that is Ahayah, the King of kings, the only true sovereign of heaven and earth, okay, who is the first fruits amongst several brethren, i.e. 144,000 households, heads, kings, priests, forever, after the order of Malach Sadak. Okay, I'm summarizing deep doctrine in a lot of scripts. It's a lot of things that you have to reconcile to come to these conclusions, and these things are revealed by the Ruach, who's also Yah, by the way, not separate. You know that, right? See, anybody who wants to accuse me of being a dualist or Trinitarian, or do you deny that the Ruach Ha'Qadash, the righteous or placed apart Spirit, is Yah? Do you deny that? Do you deny that the Father is Spirit? Do you deny that the Spirit took on flesh, condescended himself from his throne to become tempted in all ways as we are, that no one, not even the Father, no one took his life from him, he willingly laid it down? This is to cancel out the certificate of divorcement for the lost sheep of Yashar'Al, the northern tribes who were displaced, cursed. Yep. That's why he said, my sheep, hear my voice. That's why he is going to be marrying them again at the end. Hath-Paluth, Revelation, the wedding feast of the Lamb. Did you know that it breaks Torah for a son to marry a father's ex-wife? If you believe that the son is a creature and that he's going to marry Yashar'Al in the end, when he returns for his bride that he's preparing a mansion for, then you're calling him a transgressor because he's going to be marrying the father's ex-wife. That's right. The father was married to two sisters, the northern tribes and the southern tribes. And the northern tribes did receive a certificate of divorcement and the southern tribes did not, even though they were twice the harlot of their sister in the north. Okay? Boy, this is doctrine. Somebody came and asked questions in my comments, and I am going to try to answer your comment. But if you could please just watch this, it might help a lot. It might help a lot. And when people ask questions like how can the Father be the Son or the Son be the Father, they're showing a limitation that they have upon one who is all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-present. Do you not believe that he is indwelling? What would you say? Would you say 144,000 at once? It's more than that. It's more than that, right? How can he be doing that? How can he be in the heaven and dwelling in these bodies on earth at the same time? So then how can you dare ask? Well, of course he can. So then how would you ask, how is he in the Shemayim and in the flesh of Yahusha at his immersion at the same time? That's nothing for him. That's nothing for him, you guys. He created everything in 6 days by speaking it into existence. He's going to destroy all the evil that's running rampant in this world with the breath of his mouth. Evil's increasing in the last days because he lifted his restraining hand. He's been restraining the evil. And he protects his own. And if you do lose your flesh in this life, it's no thing, because he's going to repay. He's going to repay whoever it is that curses you will be cursed, and whoever baraks you will be baraked. And that's just the facts. All right, I'm gonna lock this video in because sometimes these disappear. I think that's a great little piece right there that someone should try to clip and share. Maybe I'll do it myself if I get a chance. Baruk Yahuah. Rumamu Yahusha. Halu Yahuah.